Hello everybody and welcome to Tombi, or Tomba if you're in the US, or Japan, or wherever else you come from. This is my favourite game of all time. When I said it was Burnout, I completely lied. It's this, and it has been forever. It was a PS1 game, and it's just come out not so long ago on the PS3, when a new company bought the rights for the franchise, and it is just perfect. They haven't changed a single thing. It is literally a re-release, and it's hilarious. It's the best game I've ever played. You know, you've already seen the first line, you've already seen the reaction when I just jumped down off the thing. Actually, I didn't, the Explorer guy did. I'm playing as the guy with the pink hair in the bottom corner. This guy's just telling me about, you know, what I've got to do in the first place, because this is the very first screen of the game. It's, you know, after the loading and this, that and the other, this is it. So to get into the game, basically you just read through what he has to say and everything. You know, it teaches you how to just basically save and where you've got to go first. Makes a few funny comments along the way as well. So I've got to go visit the 100-year-old man, and that who just jumped off there is Charles. He's a monkey, and he's one of the most important characters in a Tombi game you'll ever come across, and it's ridiculous because you meet him within the first few seconds. Now let's see, I've got to get up in this tree to go and talk to him. I should mention at this point that I have played this game a million times. I'm not even joking, literally that many times. It is my favourite game of all time. I can't say anything but that. But basically, now I'm in the tree, I'm swinging on a branch. It's a hidden branch. That's one of the perks of this game. Right, if I go up here, I can get to Charles. Now, yeah, and that's how you talk to people. It's another brilliant point. It's just amazing. You just jumped on his head, and that happens with everybody as well, unless you can't jump in a certain area, but that is how you talk to people. You just jump on their heads. Pink hair reference again, by the way. And, yeah, you get tooltips occasionally, as you probably saw a minute ago. They don't last for long, but you do get these sort of achievement things, of which when you talk to people they pop up on the screen, and then eventually you come back to them. It's kind of like a task-based quest game, and these little pigs that I keep jumping on, these are the main enemies of the game. Basically, they are known as the evil pigs, at least, and they're like sort of the minions of the actual evil pig, which there are 7 of. And you have to explore the world finding these pigs, basically, and then trapping them in bags, of which slowly turns this cursed landscape. It doesn't look very cursed, but it is. But it slowly turns it back into a nice, normal place. So this guy's just come back. Oh, he's just telling me that I've got to clear. There's fog up ahead, and somehow I've got to find it. It's pretty simple. You might have already noticed how. So I'll just skip over that, and then there we go. He jumps off. So I'll just pop these because I get a fruit. I should just mention as well, just to point out, that plant looks a bit like an arse. Would you say? Yeah, that's because it is. It farts. It is a farting plant. I have no idea why that's there. And there's only actually 2 of them in the entire game, and they're both in this first sort of level bit. So I'm not entirely sure where they came from. But they're brilliant, regardless. I couldn't care less. Any game with that type of comedy in it, I'm happy with. So, right, I've just got to the bit where I've got to clear the fog. And occasionally, if you do get like challenges, they do give you these kind of little tips. Everything you have to do depends on something you've already seen or heard about, or something like that. In this case, you started literally right next to what you need. These chicks I'm just acquiring, and the frog on my back actually, are bits for, which is now gone. I have to go get that frog again. They're bits for little bits of the story that I'm just about to come across in a minute. So I will warn you as well. I should mention this is probably just general spoilers, this entire video, because it's a playthrough basically is what I'm going to be doing. In this case, you started literally right next to what you need, which just so happens, yeah, that's right, you can collect a tornado. This only lasts for as long as you are in this area until you clear the fog. Once you cleared the fog, you've actually released it. But basically, being a progressive game, this bush where I got the frog in the first place will respawn if I go to a new area, which usually or do something different. So if I just go into the inventory here and use the tornado, it's a very basic inventory system as well. As you can see, I just cleared the fog by releasing the tornado. Right, so I'll just climb up here and I'll show you the next part of the world. Oh, the other ice plant, by the way. By collecting everything as you go, you can progress through this game quite slowly, or you can do it quickly, which is my preferred way. Ah, I suck at this. Come on. I forget these plants slow you down. Right, sorted. So, when I come down here, I've got to get this egg, because this is another one of the eggs you have to collect. And if I run back up here... Oh yeah, and that's how Tombi climbs. Basically anything that is like a vertical surface, for some reason, there's no specific looking climbing way. He will climb like that. In that little box, well, house thing at the bottom, that was Yan hiding behind the glass. I don't know whether you saw it. He's a main character, but I don't usually bother to get him yet, because otherwise you tend to forget about that achievement thingy and you don't come across him again for quite a while. He plays hide and seek with you, and there's 3 or 4 locations throughout the game that you have to find him. If you haven't guessed already, it's a 2.5D game, so occasionally you'll find, like here, although it's 2D, I'm jumping back along another axis, so the camera's following him, and it gives the game a lot more depth than a lot of the old PlayStation games that used to be 2D, and obviously, but it gives a nice sort of comfortable feel against 3D games. So that's an AP box, by the way, and this is one of the chests that holds the charity wings. I will come back and get that in a second. Now, as said at the start of this video, this is the old geezer that lives up on the hill. This is the 100-year-old man. So the 100-year-old man is the youngest, and yes, that's right, I said youngest. Okay, but basically, this is the start of the whole story. The rest is kind of, getting here is just kind of almost a tutorial written into the game, which is beautiful, really. But this is where the game starts, because he tells a story in a minute through the cutscene that I can't show about the evil pigs. He tells the story of them, what happened, this, that and the other. And from like this point on, this opens up the rest of the world as well, so you can then go out and play. I would say this game overall, I mean, it's not huge being a PS1 game, but I'd say, you know, you could probably, I mean, if you really hammered it and didn't do everything, I would say you could probably get it done in about 8 hours, if you knew where everything was. If not, you know, it could take days. It's that good, because it's puzzle based all the way through, so that's absolutely beautiful. And then occasionally you get to points like this, where he's asked me if I found the chicks, which I collected earlier, and now you realise yeah, he stores it in his stomach, and it'll say that in a minute just to prove it, yeah. But yeah, he throws them up. There you go, you kept them in your stomach. How lovely is that? I mean, think about it. It's the most logical place to keep it. When, you know, what games do it? Well, Zelda for a start. Where do you keep all your weapons and stuff in reality? I mean, Link just kind of pulls his stuff out of his pockets. He couldn't keep that much stuff in his pockets. So there you go. You keep them in your stomach. Why not? But there we go. So now I've given him the chicks back. He will tell me the story about the pigs, and right after the cutscene, I will come back and probably finish this off. So he's just told me about the coma pigs, which are the evil pigs, and that they stole Tombi's grandpa's bracelet from Tombi. A bit like the Angry Birds piggies. Yeah, they steal stuff. They stole eggs in Angry Birds, but you know. And these are the loading screens, as you can tell. Dancing pigs. Doesn't get much better. Right, here we go. So this is the next area, and that's our new little friend, which we'll meet next time. Alright, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you think about it, and we'll keep going with the playthrough. So, I'll see you later. Bye!